I was looking at the Browns exhibition game, trying, well, who really played well in that? I'm not going to dwell on Kaiser. We know that Kaiser played extremely well. And I think most of us know that Myles-Garret played really well. And I'm going to spend a little time on that. Let's face it. I know he was going against second team offensive linemen. But when your #1 pick in the draft faces second team offensive lineman in his first preseason game and he doesn't do well, you got problems. But this is just the opposite. Sometimes a guy doesn't make a tackle, but when you're watching the game, he's like in your frame of vision. And that's what I kept seeing Garrett a lot of times, just before the quarterback's getting rid of the ball. And as he goes with the release, here came Garrett. You can see him pressuring. You can see the quarterback paying attention to him. There was another play where Garrett ran all the way down the field to chase down a running back who had got loose. Somebody else for the Browns had pushed him out of bounds, but Garrett ran about 40 yards after him. Hue-Jackson praised Garrett for how well he did against the run. That was a concern, that he would just be a pure pass rusher, would have trouble against the run. When I talked to Joe Thomas for a story coming this weekend, Joe mentioned to me how he's been really impressed with Garrett because he's really, as he said, been studying defenses and paying a lot of attention. So Garrett looked extremely good. Brian Body Calhoun, a defensive back who played quite a bit last year. I love him. He made some 2 big plays. I thought he was terrific. All right, you know, you look at some of the negatives. Sean Coleman was really fortunate that Cameron Irving played so poorly on the left side of the line because Sean had his struggles on the right side. He also had had 2 penalties. Cameron Irving was just terrible at left tackle. I don't know what they're going to do with the guy. First-round pick since 2015. They've tried him at center. They tried him at guard. Now they tried him at tackle. It's sad, but it's, you know, this may be a guy who doesn't even make the team. Now, a player who continues to do well in practices and a little bit in the game is one of my favorite guys because I wrote about him early. Matthew Days, a 7th-round pick from North Carolina State. And I've had some fans and media people say, oh, what are they going to do? They got all these running backs. They got Isaiah-Crowell. They got Duke Johnson. I'm like, somebody always gets hurt. It's like the quarterback thing. You know, running backs get hurt. Concussions, all kinds of things. In fact, one of the merits of Isaiah-Crowell is how durable he has been. But Matthew Days, believe me, you want him on the team because not only is he a pretty good running back, he's an excellent receiver. The Browns have been using Duke Johnson quite a bit as a receiver. They're not calling it that, but really that's what it is. So the big 3 for running backs with Crowell, Duke Johnson, and Matthew Days, a 7th-round pick, I think could really help the Browns. Now, hue-jackson. I know, hey, we always like to coach a little bit. I'm sort of looking at the run-to-pass ratio. In that first exhibition game, you keep saying you want to run the ball. Well, Brock Osweiler was out there. You ran the ball 9 times, and you threw it 14. 14 passes, 9 runs. For the game, 42 passes, 22 runs. Too many passes. Tighten this baby up now. You've got some good running backs. You've got a good offensive line when everybody's healthy and in there. Let's give them the ball and see what they can do.